Hello everyone, I streamed a bit of this last night and I kind of realized that starting and using this DLC is way too complicated to the point where I've had multiple people ask on how to use it, so I'm just going to make this quick. This video is not going to have any gameplay. It's just going to tell you guys most of the new features and how to access them. We had a talk in my stream last night about how they've made the process of spending your hard-earned money on this way too complicated, and a lot of people don't even know how the heck to start it and how it integrates with the main game. So, in any case, when you start the DLC, any of the 4 scenarios you choose to use, you'll be in here, and you'll go to here, do whatever the event says, and you'll go out here. I think all this is reused from Dynasty Warriors 9. I actually recognize it. You'll go out here and you'll do a mission. And at that point, if you do the first one, which is Zhang Jiao, you will get the bow, and you'll get a bunch of the extra skill tree stuff. So, all of this here, the new R1 from rank 12, and then the extra stats from 13, all of this is not here by default. Neither is the skill panels. So, you will have to play through, I think it's at least 1 or 2 of the main battles of the story before you get access to these things. Now, this is a good thing for some people. Some people feel that maybe the level cap, the increased level cap, and this is over 200 attack you're getting from this. So some people feel like it'll make the base game too easy. You have full agency on when you want to use this. Meaning, if you don't want to interact with this, if you want to completely finish up the base game, do everything you want there, and then do the DLC, and then just kind of call it quits on this game, you can do that. You just need to be aware of when you use the DLC and what you do in it. If you don't interact with the DLC, you will not unlock any of these things. Now, on the other hand, this is the most controversial thing that I've gotten a million requests about. Essentially, all of this stuff here, except the R1s, like there are some, you got a Cold Steel the Hedgehog sword move here, nothing personal, kid. This is Juhei's exclusive R1. These will be available to use in the main game, so if you want to go back to the main game and use these, you can. Same thing goes for the new weapons. The bow and the rope dart, respectively, have unique moves. But all the other stuff in here, you cannot use, which I think is kind of dumb, because essentially this game uses Final Fantasy VIII level scaling in this mode, meaning that it scales to whatever level you're at, so apparently you have access to this starting from Chapter 2 if you start on a new save or you're a new player. The game does come out on Switch 2 tomorrow, so those people will get access to it way sooner than we did. However, I think it's kind of dumb to have all this in here and then you can't carry it over. Some people feel like it would make the game too easy. As you can see here in the upper right-hand corner, you look at John Musso's stats. The gold arrows mean that I'm getting the extra stats from the skill tree. But if I go back to the base game, which you can do up here by going up to the stairs, I will lose all those stats. Like, for instance, right now I have 2038 defense. As soon as I go back to the base game, all that's going to be gone. Now, I can understand that, they don't want the base game to be trivialized by this, but I think the best solution, I think a lot of people are actually going to be really upset with this when the game officially releases for everybody and the DLC as well. A lot of people are going to be upset with this, and I think the easiest way to fix it is to just make it a toggle. If you want to have the extra stats and, not have to do a QTE on the same officer like 6 times to kill them on the harder difficulty, then you can. But then you can also just turn it on. I think that would be the best way to do it, but the way that they have it implemented here is kind of whack, to be honest, and I feel like it doesn't really bother me that much. I have access to the PC version, the Fling Trainer, so I can make myself do more damage if I want, but I feel like for console players or people who don't want to use, mods or whatever, I think it would be best to just let you switch through them. In terms of this right here, every weapon at rank 12 has a new R1, and some of them are clearly better than others. This one, I put up a video for this. This is like one of the best ones I've used so far. And then this one just seems meme-worthy because of how much bravery it uses, and then also still only having 4 slots. The mechanical and loot-based expansions of this DLC are very lackluster. It's nice to have these, but being held back by 4 slots, I feel it's definitely going to give you a lot of choice paralysis. I should have a video with all of these up, excluding these because these don't technically count for the existing weapons. I should have that out later today. I'll work on that probably right after I put up this video. But essentially, if you get to rank 13, you're getting an extra 20 attack. So right now, I'm at 1394. It would be around 1600 with all of them maxed. So it does give you that. And then also, when you're in the base game, you do get these. You do get these from leveling everything up, so that's going to give you significant stats as well. So if you felt like you had the same opinion I did, where you think that things have too much health in this game and there's a limit to... The game tries to police how you play it too much, then you actually do have some agency here with leveling these up. However, if you don't want these stats, you know, if you think you have to crunch to finish everything before you download the patch and buy the DLC, fear not, you do not have to do that. You can basically just ignore the DLC, because until you finish one level, as far as I remember, I didn't stream it because I was under embargo, you should be able to just ignore all this stuff. So don't feel like you need to crunch to see all this stuff. You can very easily just you know, ignore it, finish everything, and then go into the DLC and unlock everything at your own pace. Overall, the DLC, I know some people want a voiced opinion. I would say if you want more of the same, then it's worth the money. You can definitely get maybe 15-20 hours out of it, but it is objectively very narrative focused. Really, the only gameplay stuff is the 2 weapons here, the fact that everything gets an R1, and then some increased stats. That's literally it. There are some new accessories, but they aren't game-changing. They aren't what you want. You will not be able to get 30% attack speed or anything mechanics changing at all. It's actually very disappointing. So if you're looking for something like, you know, 3 Ultimate or 4 Ultimate Orochi, you're not going to find that here at all. It's going to be very bare bones and narrative focused, and I think it is cool that for the narrative folks, you know, that you'll have a little bit more incentive to play the game, because you can essentially help the people that didn't make it that far in the Three Kingdoms storyline. But other than that, it really does not offer that much gameplay-wise, and like I keep saying, the fact that you only have 4 slots doesn't make these as fun as they should be. I'm sure for some weapons which I don't play, like the wheels, you know, some of them don't have that many good R1s, so you may not have that choice paralysis, but with other weapons, it just feels like the staff here, it doesn't really do much of anything, and it's just too much of an issue to sacrifice a slot for this when it really doesn't solve the weapons issues at all, compared to the Gauntlets one, which feels like how all the other ones should be designed, where essentially, as you can see here, John Musso is doing a bunch of moves from 1 R1 that only cost 3 bravery, which fixes a lot of the problems this weapon had with, you know, too much bravery use and stuff, but then the others are just kind of lackluster at best. Anyway, that's it. I hope that helps. In terms of what I'm going to do with this game, I'm honestly just going to wait until the mods get updated before I do more with this. I feel like this game is a lot like DMC5 and Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 16, all melee combat-focused games that got PC ports with mods that make the game like 10 times better. What's ironic about this game is that you can go look at my previous videos for this game showcasing the mods. This game only has like a handful of gameplay mods, and most of them are just meme stuff like being able to play as Lubu and some mild moveset mods. But the fact that you can give yourself attack speed and then also switch the R1s makes the game so much better, and it's incredibly disappointing how much they're charging for this, and they don't have basic stuff like that you know, people were able to mod in their free time with. Apparently didn't take very long to figure out attack speed or the R1 switcher. In the event that those mods get updated, I'll both let you guys know and play this again, but for now, I'm just going to focus on getting these, and that's going to be it for now. This DLC does not solve the problems that I had with this game at all. I'm sure there are other people that would agree with me that the game is good. It's nice to see Dynasty Warriors get a nice, shot in the arm and kind of feel fresh and renewed again, but just the problems with just not ever really feeling strong in this game and not really having any impactful build options, I think kind of really kills its replay value after the first run, and if that's something you wanted fixed with this DLC, then I would highly recommend not buying it. But if you want more DLC, I actually liked a lot of the battles. Some of the battles are really cool, and I don't want to get into spoilers, but there's some pretty sick battles, and you might get some enjoyment out of that. But honestly, it's just way too overpriced. It should not be half the cost of the game. I think if it was $20, maybe like a fourth of what the game normally costs after tax and everything, if you're buying it physically or whatever, I think that that would be a more fair price. But charging $35 for this, for what's essentially just a couple short campaigns and then like nothing really to make you want to play through the game again if you've already unlocked everything, is a bit steep. But, hey, your money, your decision. That's just my personal opinion. Anyway, I hope this helps. I'll see you guys in the next video.